Hi there guys, welcome back to the Hamster Cage, and patch 2.3 has just dropped for Warhammer 3. So we're just going to go through it, see what changes we have. Endgame scenario customization in multiplayer. I don't play multiplayer, so we will go past that. All new lords, select videos for the original lords. Nice. So we've got some new videos to take a look at when we get back in there. Karl Franz, Balthazar Gelt, Manfred von Carstein, Heinrich Kemmler, Thorgrim Grudgebearer, Ugrim Iron Fist, Grimgor Ironhide, and Azag the Slaughterer. Nice. Okay. Stability and performance. Fixed an end turn crash that would occur during the AI's turn when a rebel faction captured a settlement that toggles technologies for certain races. Never came across that. Fixed a rare campaign vortex sound memory link. So that would explain sometimes when you chuck out a vortex and the game would just freeze up. That'll be the memory link then, I guess. General updates. Added large number of landmarks present in Mortal Empires and the Realm of Chaos maps. Okay, so there you go, lore buffs. There's some more landmarks for you there, guys. Added several new landmark variants for mono god factions. Okay, nice. Added a number of 10-slot settlements to Immortal Empires. Fantastic. Hopefully this is close to the Dwarfs. The Dwarves really need a very high level of infrastructure for their campaigns, so that's potentially a buff to Dwarfs. I like that. That's fantastic. Introduced new landmarks for Nurgle in Pigbarter, Tzeentch in Golden Tower, Khorne in Galabraz, and Slaanesh in Tor Ilia. Fix an issue where Savage Orcs garrison buildings weren't enabling minor settlements battles. Never came across that. Fix an issue where environment types would sometimes display incorrectly in battles. Okay. Fix an issue where Bretonia's unique resource would appear as if it was being granted to another non-Bretonian factions. Never played Bretonia. Attacking army whilst the ambush stance will no longer prevent your opponent from bringing in reinforcements. So this is a nerf to ambush. This is going to help things like the Khorne campaign, where he has to fight multiple stacks of Skaven in the first few turns. It would always happen where you try and recruit a second smaller army, and that army would get ambushed when he's right next to Khorne. Couldn't get any reinforcements. But now that stops that from happening, which is good. The Sires of Morakain faction is no longer limited to one army. Okay. Fixed an issue causing the leader of the Bloodkeepers factions in Immortal Empires to be mysteriously absent on turn 1. Okay. Improvements have been made to unit coordination when queuing up to enter a single breach. Okay, right, so this is an AI improvement for the movement of units. That's good, yeah. Unit columns are now better spaced to prevent units from adjacent queues blobbing together. Nice, another AI improvement, like it. Improved how units move to prevent them from blobbing together while attempting to enter a settlement. Fair enough. Endgame multiplayer victory objectives. In Immortal Empires now require capturing the capitals of all other players not in your team. Fix an issue where one faction's currency would be replaced by another's upon reloading a save. Okay. I've never noticed that one. It's an interesting bug. Rules and systems. Offering to join war alongside the endgame faction to fight a hated enemy will now always grant a positive effect to said faction's opinion of that deal. Vassal factions will now join their masters' wars once again as intended. Okay, that's good. Sword of Cain Dilemma will now properly display the Sword of Cain item details in the Dilemma panel. Fixed a script error that could occur with the Black Pyramid endgame if the pyramid is controlled by vampires. Okay. Addressed an oversight wherein some dark fortresses were unable to build walls, resulting in unintended field battles. Interesting. I didn't know some of the dark fortresses weren't able to build walls. Crazy. Dilemma that target a character with loyalty will now show the character's loyalty within the character portrait. Okay. AI rules and logic. The AI now more likely to accept a peace treaty when far away from the player. The AI is now more likely to accept a peace treaty when far away from the player. How far? So, for instance, Karl Franz, where he is, does the vampire count as far away? The AI selection of provinces to build allied outposts has been improved in some cases. Okay. Exploit fixed. Fix an exploit wherein the underway, teleport, tunneling stances could be used to bypass the Great Bastion in Immortal Empires. Really? So you can't use that to bypass the Great Bastion anymore. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Race balances. Fantastic. Crumbling. Crumbling damage was increased in update 2.2, but this change was not sufficient to counterbalance the high morale these factions received in 2.0. With 2.3, we are slightly toning down these factions' leaderships. Find the detail changes under each faction section. Undead are meant to spend a longer amount of time in a crumbling state compared to demonic instability, which is why the damage is low. It's a slow death. On the other hand, demonic units are supposed to break and then take significantly larger amounts of burst damage as they are banished back to the Chaos Realms. Okay, so a little bit kind of, I guess, aiming for some thematics there. Here we go. Right, Bretonnia. Both player feedback and our own data indicated that Bretonnia is underperforming in battle. Yeah, no kidding. Particularly in multiplayer. Infantry is a bit too costly and the cavalry too weak. As such, we're lowering the cost of factions, more defensive infantry, and added a considerable mass multiplayer for formation lance. Okay. Allowing them to break through enemy units more effectively. Very good. Fix the Chevalier de Lyonesse factions banner colours in battle. Okay. Fix an issue where non-regiment around cavalry had lost their randomised horsed colourizations. Okay. Fix an issue where Bretonnian lords could have cavalry with 0 upkeep and their armies in their armies after being disbanded and recruited. Ha! Nice little bug there. Fantastic. Foot Squire. Bonus versus infantry from 9 to 12. Okay. Guerrero Relique from 500 to 300 gold in both campaign and multiplayer. And their speed increased from 30 up to 40. They're going to outrun dwarves now. This is good. Men at arms with shields, 25 gold cheaper. Spearmen, 25 gold cheaper. Abilities, Lance Formation, add plus 50% mass multiplier. Nice. Removed deceleration stat and added -8 melee defense stat. Okay, so they've been like heavily buff for the Lance Formation. Okay. Dark Elves. Okay, come on. Give us some love for the Dark Elves. Here we go. We've identified some issues with the recent changes to Dark Elves' slave mechanic, including the much too aggressive slave decline rate on certain buildings, the slave cap being too restrictive, and the dictats losing their luster much too quickly, among others. Here are the immediate changes coming in this update. As always, we're keeping a close eye on this mechanic as we work towards hitting that sweet spot. General updates. Fix floating mesh on Dreadlord's crossbow. Okay. Fix an issue where numerous cape animations were rigid upon death. Okay. Fix an issue where Cold One Dread Knights pretended to fall off an invisible horse upon death. I didn't see that one. That would have been fun to see. Slave mechanic updates. Decrease the slave decline rate on income and port buildings so that it scales linearly. Increase the base slave cap by 500. Add the effects to Hellebron that grants an additional 500 base slave cap. The upgrade 3 technology additionally now decreases slaves consumption by 25%. Nice. That's going to be very worth getting now. Dark Elves now gain slaves through raiding. Good. They used to get that. They used to get slaves from raiding. And that was how you kept your slaves fairly high before you had everything up and running. So that's good. Multiplayer. Change Khorne Blood Voyage armies in multiplayer campaigns to work the same as they do in single player. Okay. Dwarves, come on. Belagar Ironhammer's ancestor heroes, Dramar Hammerfist, no longer starts with the skill that locks out a part of his skill tree. Oh, okay. Grand Cathay, in update 2.2, we pushed a fix for yin and yang builds, preventing one being converted into the other. However, in retrospect, we feel that this change actually worsened the player experience, making it far more cumbersome and rigid playstyle. We've therefore decided to revert the changes back to how things were previously. Yin and yang buildings now once again be converted to the opposite type. Okay. Added a yin yang indicator to the Lord's Heroes drop down panel. Okay. Formation attack. Melee defense down from 9 to 5. So a bit of a nerf for the formation attack. That is fantastic because there is no way that Jade Warriors should be able to stand up against Dwarves. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Greenskins. Come on, give them some love. General updates. Fixed an issue where Goblin Rock Clobber boulders. Fixed details issue, sorry. Fix the bug where the Greenskin wow ability sound effects would trigger when the effect ended. Yes. Every time you did a wah and the wah finished, it would be like, ready to wah. But we're not going to get that now, which is good. Fix the crippling issue of the giant ribbon troll hag porthole and character detail panel. Okay. Fix an issue preventing the big wah spell Edbutt from playing audio. Okay. Campaign. Fix the bug where the biggest wah endgame scenario wouldn't unlock all technologies for the involved factions. Okay. Grom the Paunch. Change Grom's starting enemy to Aquitaine instead of Paravian, meaning he no longer shares a starting enemy with Orion. Oh, okay. Fix an issue where Grom's Pauldron could not be expanded with the 4th ingredient slot. Never had that issue, but it's good they fixed it. Fix an issue where Grom could cook multiple times in the same turn. Can you not do that anymore? Oh, I used to do that all the time to get like the gold sometimes if I had loads of scrap. Unit. Azag the Slaughterer added Slaggers, Slashers, and Ard armor to his custom battle item set. Okay, so he's got new items. That's good. Grimgott Ironhide added Bloodforge armor. Nice. Okay. So we've got a buff for those two there. That's fantastic. Savage Orc Boys. Wow, we got a buff. Down 50 gold. Savage Orc Biggins. Down 100 gold. Nice. Okay, that's pretty good. High Elves. What are we doing to the pointy-eared people? Updated textures of Alistar and lower level details to fix Black Alpha card issues. Lances have had their broken weapon assets updated. Lion Chariots of Cherace weapons docking animations have been fixed. Okay. Added arrow models to the Everqueen Court Guard. Okay. Fix a display of the tooltip for Atharian's Ladriel's Blessing resource. Okay. Campaign. Tyrion's Sunfang quest battle now spawn all the required enemies and can now be completed correctly. Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer. Not being able to complete that quest to get something. Military advancement, trade advancement, and cultural advancement now provides small bonuses upon research. Okay. Multiplayer. Imric's Dragon Encounter UI at the top of the campaign's interface now works in multiplayer campaigns. Fair enough. Okay. What have they done to Khorne? Let's have a look. Updated Khorne's Bloody Fist. Fluff text to match the unit's actual ability. Okay. And we've got Chaos Knights of Khorne down 50 gold. Okay. Kislev. May need a little bit of love, so let's see what they've done here. Boya now grips his weapons appropriately. Got to grip your weapon, guys. Fixed an issue where Little Grom would clip through their sled while taking fire. Okay. Fixed an issue where Zargards with great weapons would have their swords snap into a different position. Never seen that bug. Ice Guard glaives and Ice Guard swords can now be properly dismembered. That's a bit graphic, isn't it? Crazy. Campaign fixed an issue where Boris Ursus quest item Armor of Ursun wasn't being awarded in Immortal Empires. Okay. Festus, a threat to the Kislevian border, has been added to Katrin and Kostalin's long victory objectives. Okay. For Boris Ursun's, the war host of the apocalypse target will no longer be a long victory objective. It will remain exclusively as a short victory objective. Okay, so it's a little too easy to get then, I guess. Lizardmen, come on, give my boys something. General update: graphical issues with Coalt's feathers now fixed. Okay, the skink prints animations now play correctly when atop a Stegodon Pterodon mount. Ripidactyl's idle animation no longer stutters. Croxigores will no longer snap around while turning during combat. Fixed Goroks, Tic-Tac-Toes, and Tac-Tac-Toes level up VO, not playing correctly. Okay. Campaign Tehanawin will now gain sacrificial offerings when looting and sacking settlements, as it was in Warhammer 2. Okay, so you got a buff to him. That's fantastic. The spawned army of Nakai's lingering pestilence dilemma now spawns with buildings. Okay. Norsca, what are we doing for them? Fixed a number of cases where Norsca monster hunters are breaking mine chain, not issuing missions, or otherwise functioning incorrectly. There may still be issues, so please let us know if there are any problems via the Total War forums. Kihar, the Tormentor, is no longer granted a Chaos Dragon mount that does nothing. He is now permanently mounted on the beast. Okay. Marauders nerfed by 50 gold, and Marauder Horseman nerfed by 50 gold. Okay. Nurgle. Uncle Furuncle's sword now lies closer to the ground upon death, reducing jitters. Okay. Uncle Furuncle's head has also been updated to match the rest of his body, if only we were also lucky. Okay. Great Unclean One's tongue animation have been improved. Tasty. Tasty. Added a missing translation to the corrupted swamp town building. Okay. The Great Unclean One. This unit was found to be underperforming when matched with lower tier entities count units. So we made a few tweaks. Extra 10 armor. Lowered the entity radius. So less likely to be surrounded. Does that make it harder to hit as well, maybe? Splash attacks from 10 to 12. Okay. Ogre Kingdoms. Ogre Firebelly heroes level up. VO will now play correctly. Okay. The text for Ogre Kingdoms long victory conditions now correctly describes them. Ogre Kingdoms long victory condition now accept vassals and allies. Settlements held requirements increased from 6 to 8. Saber Mountain has been added to the region target list. Fixed an issue where ogre contracts would be issued by a vassal targeting their master. Okay. Wow, here we go. A lot for Skaven. General updates. Snitch's clan contract timer no longer resets when loading a same game. I did not know that happened. Wow. Skaven Plagues will now apply the correct set of effects to the armies. Packmaster's death animations, along with Throt idle animations, now play correctly on the Brood Horror mounts. Yeah, I did see a couple of the Packmasters hovering several feet above their Brood Horrors. Rat Ogre's death animations now play correctly. Warlords no longer T-pose after dying on a Brood Horror mount. Ikit Claws channeling VO now plays correctly. Okay. Campaign. Fix an issue where the hero would not spawn from Rites of Doom if the target to spawn them was under siege. Okay. Poison Wing Globadiers have been nerfed by 100 gold. Doom Flayers have been buffed by 100 gold in campaign and 50 gold in multiplayer. Dwarfing Menace, the Doom Flayers, have been buffed by 100 gold. Black Hole Flayers, buffed by 100 gold. Mutant Rat Ogres, buffed by 100 gold. Shadowy Dealing Burglarized. The text now correctly mentions the ability steals an item as well as ancillaries. Okay. Flensing Ruin. Direct damage from 66 down to 50. Affects based and upgraded versions. Okay. Slaanesh. What we got going on for Slaanesh? Cultists of Slaanesh. Stumps have been realigned. Okay. Fix an issue where Soul Grinder's run animations were skipping slightly. Phantasmagoria's animation now function correctly. Okay, units. House Striders nerfed by 50 gold. Hell Scourges nerfed by 50 gold. And Marauders nerfed by 50 gold. Okay. Empire. Wow, there's a lot going on for the Empire here. Fix the number of Empire Runefang weapons being locked to specific legendary lords. Thanks for nothing, Karl. Yeah. Fixed Wolfheart's hostility level, not increasing after selecting a dilemma option that increased it. Okay. Handgunners' death animations now play correctly. As impressive as it is, handgunners will no longer hold two guns in the same hand. Handgunners' weapons will no longer disappear upon taking damage. Okay. Added a Hellstorm rocket battery destroyed model. Huh. Great Cannon now unsheath their swords in a fight. Oh, nice. Reduce the snapping in the Sutan's guns turning animations. Okay. Campaign. Fix an issue where the elliptic counts would stop triggering during a campaign. Okay. Units. Great Swords have been buffed by 25 gold. Spearmen buffed by 25 gold. Spearmen with shields buffed by 25 gold. Swordsman buffed by 25 gold. No, 15. Yeah, 25 gold. Steam Tank now has perfect vigor and has been buffed in multiplayer by 100 gold. The Emperor's Wrath Steam Tank, same, buffed by 100 gold and perfect vigor. War Wagons have been nerfed and increased their cost by 25 gold. Were War Wagons that good? Are you sure about that, CA? I have a conflict with that. Skills. Karl Franz' personal leadership skill, Indomitable, has been replaced by a health skill, Tenacity. Interesting. Tombkings. We are generally pleased with the performance of Tombkings. Their interaction with the crumbling mechanic is still not where we want it to be. We've therefore adjusted the leadership values to work better with crumbling, as it was toned down the healing capacity provided by Realm of Souls. General update. Endgame no longer applies additional upkeep reduction effects to Tombkings. Okay. Fixed emissive issues for the Tombkings Necrotech Whip. Campaign. Cetra's short victory targets now include Volkmar replacing Khalida. Okay. Units. Blessed Legion leadership down. Wow, okay. Bone Giant leadership down by 5. Chosen of the Gods, Ushabti down by 10 leadership. Scorpions down by 10 leadership. 10 leadership down for War Sphinx. Netihar Warriors down by 10. Necrosphinx down by 5. Skeleton Warriors down by 5. Spearmen down by 5. Archers down by 5. Tomb Guard down by 5. Tomb Guard with Halberds down by 5. The Kepra Guard down by 10. That's insane. The Sphinx, the Necrosphinx, down by 20. Whoa. Ushabti down by 5. Ushabti with bow down by 5. Usarians, Legion of the Netherworld down by 10. That's crazy. Ability, Realms of Soul. All healing reduced. I struggle to get through a Tomb King campaign as it is. That's crazy. Okay, Tzeentch. General update. Winds and Magic manipulation feature now lines up with the correct provinces in the southern Chaos Waste area of Immortal Empires. Marauder Horsemen have been nerfed by 50 gold. And technology, Satanic Deviance now applies the correct recruit rank to all Law of Metal casters. Okay. Oh, we got a huge amount of leadership debuffs for the Vampire Coast. So they've increased the size of the Raised Dead pools, made them scale in relation to the corruption of the Vampire Coast. Defender animations have been adjusted to reduce snapping and jittering in combat. Fixed an issue where some ethereal units suffered visual glitching when soddened with blood. Now the glitching is purely emotional. Okay, again, a load of leadership nerfs. That's crazy. Okay. Admirals that can be recruited for the Vampire Coast technology tree now list their spell laws in the technology tooltips. That's good. Vampire Coast Fleet Admiral with pistol. Duration down by 3 seconds. Power recharge down from 240% to 160. And reserves per second from plus 0.3 to plus 0.2. Okay. Vampire counts. These guys need a little bit of a nerf, really. Isabella von Carstein no longer T-pose when killed atop her barded warhorse. I'd never seen that. Added missing spellcast animations for Lamian, a Vampire Lord when on a zombie dragon mount. Okay, campaign. Isabella von Carstein fix some Isabella von Carstein campaign skills appearing out of order compared to other Vampire Count Lords. Okay, fix the issue where assassinating heroes with Isabella von Carstein would not provide a player with a blood kiss. Okay, so again, leadership nerfs across the board. Technology, Vampire Counts technology, Defiler of Ancient Barrows now correctly applies Perfect Vigor to the Constein Stalkers Regiment, a renowned unit. Okay, Forbidden Rod on Necromancers, power recharge from 240 down to 160, and a reserves from 0.3 down to 0.2. Chaos Warriors. Fixed numerous instances of shields not displaying correctly for all Chaos Warriors variants. Be'lakor fixed an issue where Be'lakor was missing his 2 starting spells. Corrected malfunctioning skills in Immortal Empire. Fixed an issue where Be'lakor would reapply the Demon Prince conversion timer to a character that was already being tracked. Okay. Valkyria fixed Valkyria's combat trial stance icon. Okay. Hellstriders nerfed by 50 gold. Hellscourges nerfed by 50 gold. Marauder Horsemen and Marauder Horse Riders nerfed by 50 gold. And again, Forbidden Rod nerfed for Sorcerers. Wood Elves. Fix the number of Wood Elf red line skills not being applied to the correct units. Okay. Wood Elf Hearthlands will now be made more passive by the presence of vassals. Dryads now play the correct group vocalizations. Okay. Fixed multiple objective issues with Drycha Code Deal Unchained Quest Battle. War Dancers have been buffed. Bonus versus infantry up from 8 to 12. Recruitment cost buffed. They now cost 50 gold less in both multiplayer and campaign. Nice. Okay. So what am I most excited about there? Possibly the definitely I would say Dark Elves, giving the Dark Elves a go. And testing out the new armors on the Greenskins for sure. I'm a little concerned about Tombkings. I thought they were in a steady place, but they weren't that good. The vampire counts needed to be debuffed for sure. That was insane. But anyway, let's take a look. Campaign Prologue: The Lost God. Yuri's unit card now displays correctly in the prologue battles. Okay, the reaches and beyond the brazen altar missions now correctly trigger. Okay, Realms of Chaos. Fix misleading text within the Chaos Rift tools. Does anyone actually play Realms of Chaos anymore? I don't think so. Battles. Battle difficulty. AI behavior. Proactive evasion. This was a nightmare. This behavior refers to the AI's willingness to proactively evade incoming damage from spells, artillery projectiles, and light projectiles when fighting in settlements. I was just in general. Whereas before the AI would proactively trying to evade spells and artillery, regardless of difficulty setting, this behavior will now change based on the selected difficulty setting. Easy difficulty, no evasion. Normal, spell evasion. Hard difficulty, evasion enabled for against spells, light projectiles, and while fighting settlements. Very hard difficulty, evasion enables for spells, artillery, and light projectiles. So there's going to be no change if you play on the very hard battle difficulty, which is what I play on. Okay, so there's still going to be like a Neo from the Matrix when it comes to your artillery, especially Empire artillery. Oh my god, mortars take forever to get to their targets, and the enemy's already moved the country mile before your projectiles land. Range unit target selections. This behavior refers to AI's willingness to selectively target and will be impacted based on the following settings. Right, okay. Okay. So easy difficulty is going to be no target selection. Normal difficulty, no target selection. Hard difficulty, soft targets first. Where possible, the AI will priority shooting soft targets first. So I guess if you've got a front line of shields, they're going to shoot the archers at the back. Soft targets are units the AI deems easy to damage. Primary units with low amounts of armor. There you go. Okay, very hard difficulty. Focus fire. They will focus fire on a single unit. Oh, that's going to be devastating. Okay, that's just made it a little bit harder. That's good. Other notes. All of these aforementioned behaviors already exist in battles but are now changeable in... Okay. The priority and urgency with the AI try to enact these behaviors is not absolute, meaning that if the AI has more critical tasks queued up, it will execute them first. For example, if a unit is engaged in melee combat, it will try to resolve the outcome of that interaction before trying to evade artillery shots. Okay. Okay. If a multiplayer in a multiplayer context, the host battle doesn't really make too much of a difference. This is the first iteration of these systems, and work to refine these systems continues. Broadly, our long-term vision is to A, improve the battle experience by providing a better calibrated AI difficulty challenges. Thank you, really appreciate that. B, increase the number of AI battle difficulty options available. That's really good. I like that. So this is going to make hard difficulty harder now, as opposed to it's actually possibly a little bit easier because no one declares war against you straight away. AI units no longer able to phase through rocks on the Badlands battle maps to bypass checkpoints. Okay. The game graphics, audio, UI, Not really too worried about those, to be perfectly honest. Looking forward, update 2.3 is currently expected to be Warhammer 3's final update of 2022, unless, of course, any issues arise requiring a more immediate fix. We'll talk a little bit more about the game's roadmap as we head into 2023, including 2.4, 3, and other assorted chaotic happenings in the state of the game post coming next month. Are we on about Chaos Dwarves there? Is that a little chaotic nitbit there for us? Avoidable rare multiplayer crash bugs. We're not really too worried about that. Okay, so that's that. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying the Dark Elves out. I'm a little concerned about Tombkings now, but we'll see how that goes. The Empire. It's going to be interesting to see how the buffs to the Empire is going to work. But overall, yeah, positive changes, guys. Positive changes. We're not quite there yet with everything, but this is some good stuff. I'll be looking forward to seeing the new video animations tonight, guys. Anyway, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you on Tuesdays and Thursday. Have a good day.